right, we are back. We have a another kind of spring baseball preview coming at you with our guys here. We got Jack Schultz, we got Tre Savoy. I'm just going to flip it over to them. Jack, give us a little bit of background on you and yeah, kind of where you're at with Westside.
So I'm a 2025. I'm a junior at Westside. My name is Jack Schultz, as you said, and I'm an outfielder.
I'm Tre Savoy. I play catcher and third. I transferred from Miller to West and played Legion varsity at Westside.
Okay, so we got a couple guys who have some varsity experience here at Westside. They are doing a good job preparing for their season. We just want to get a few minutes of their time. They can give us a little bit of a idea, kind of the vibe over at Westside going into this spring baseball season here in Nebraska. I know we finally got some good weather outside. It feels kind of like baseball weather, so I'm sure the guys have been utilizing that a little bit, getting outside when you can. Is the team? I mean, I guess officially you can't be doing like team workouts right now, but have you been finding ways to get outside?
Yeah, so obviously the coaches can't do much with us, but we've had like live ABs, like everyone getting together and pitchers throwing, getting off them a little bit.
And it helps too that you guys have a turf field over there, so the moisture in the ground might not be as big of an issue for you guys.
Exactly.
As
once that snow melts, we're out there.
Right, you're kind of good to go.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so let's kind of jump right into it. So Jack, you played varsity last year in the spring and the summer with Westside. Yep. Tell us a little bit about how last year ended and kind of the vibes around the squad once the year was ended. We'll just talk spring right now.
Yeah. So I mean, we had a lot of older guys, but we weren't a very experienced team. Like we had a lot of seniors, but not a ton of them played on varsity last year. So we lost a lot of seniority and leadership, but obviously you said just the spring, but in the summer we had a lot of younger guys getting more experience. So I feel like we're kind of reloading with a younger team, but a team that maybe has a little more experience maybe.
Well, that is the cool thing too. Like, yeah, we kind of focus on the spring right now, because that's what we're gearing up for. But a lot of those younger guys in the summertime can get some like invaluable experience. You guys can have an opportunity to kind of all play together. So the squad this spring might look different from last spring, but it's not like you're going to roll out there and really have never played together, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Tre, tell us a little bit about kind of your experience. And it kind of, I was saying earlier, goes hand in hand with Isaiah, who we had on the last pod, who we were talking about how he was coming in and getting acclimated to a new situation. Now, we were able to play Legion last year for Westside. So, again, you probably know the coaches, know a lot of the guys, but what has this been like for you, kind of your first off season, your first full year of school at Westside? How's that been getting used to everything?
I mean, it's great. The scheduling at school and all the guys in the program, it's great. I got to know the coaches well this summer, so going into spring, I'll be prepared, and I know everyone, bonded with everyone, so that's not a problem.
Did when you decided to transfer over to Westside, did you know a lot of the guys already? Like we talked a little bit previously about, how in the fall a lot of you guys might play together and like, or you're running camps together or something like that. So it's like oftentimes making a switch like that is a little bit easier these days, just because you guys have all kind of rubbed elbows and had a chance to meet or train in the off season or just have experiences together, even if you aren't on the same team.
Yeah. So like in select ball, when I was younger, I played with like 3 of them, including Jack. And then in the fall, they've been in the program with prospects with a couple of them. So, yeah, I've got to know most of the guys that were on the varsity Legion team.
Okay.
Let's go. So, Jack, you were talking about how last year you guys had a lot of like older guys that have either graduated and played college baseball or graduated and done. Kind of how is this year's squad kind of matching up to like those guys, right? Like who's going to take some roles that, you guys are going to kind of be missing just overall?
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of seniors leaving that played quite a bit for us last year. But in that summer's like schedule, it's like you got a lot of games, so you're able to like mix in the schedule. And like we have a lot of guys returning that got solid innings last summer, like Tre, myself, and a lot of other juniors in our class that we feel like we're gonna reload this year and like get better next year as well.
Sweet. Did a lot of returners on the pitching staff, or is that a pretty new staff for you guys this year overall?
We've got quite a few new arms. That was definitely one thing that we lost a lot this last year, but we got a lot of young guys that are solid.
Is anyone kind of is anyone kind of sticking out right now as you guys have been doing some of the live ABs and that type of stuff and some of your winter workouts and everything like that?
Yeah, Burke Brown, you guys know him. He's been good. Jake Coughlin, senior.
Who did you say?
Charlie Maskey. He's a sophomore and hopes to be in our rotation.
Okay. Yeah. So we were talking. I mean, that makes me think. Do you have any guys who are like underclassmen who you feel like are going to be up on the squad, like contributing with you guys?
Yeah.
Braden Posey for sure. He'll play a big factor. He'll play middle infield for us. And I'm hoping Burke and Maskey will also.
Those are all sophomores?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, get in our mix for our pitching rotation. They're up to like 85, 86 as sophomores.
Okay. So we'll take that, right? That'll play. Who do you guys open the season with? Schedules are out.
Burke.
Play Burke, first game of the year. Do you know what date?
14th, I believe.
March 14th. Which I think I saw something on your Twitter page earlier, actually, today. 24 days, right? Yep. So we are officially 24 days from first game.
Mm-hmm.
Tryouts or whatever we want to call it, the first week of practice. Tryouts / just practice starting, right? Yep. A week from today. So it is like go time. Like I said, hopefully the weather that we're seeing today, like 50 degrees and sunny, rolls forward, and you guys will get a piece of that when practices start and when games start. Because I know historically those first couple of games are tough.
Me and Tre were talking about the other day. It's like it feels like tryout week is always so nice, and then you get right back
just
into
bam right into the winter again when you gotta go play. Yeah. And again with your field, rarely are you gonna get like a rain out or a snow out. So even if it's like 28 degrees, you're probably gonna be playing, right?
Definitely.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about kind of reloading, right, and how you might have lost some seniors, but you feel like you can backfill that with guys in your grade, maybe even some guys who are sophomores, and obviously seniors stepping into those roles. Yeah. What do you guys like talk much about, like overall outlook of your season, or like have you had a team meeting where you're talking goals or anything like that? Like where are you guys at as far as like expectations for this year?
I think that we have a good enough squad this year to sneak into state, win district, sneak into state, but I think I don't know much about last year's squad, but I think it's a rebuild year that we can get a little bit better, progress from their last year, losing in districts. And then I think upcoming our senior year, we're going to look really good and for sure make state.
So that's how last year finished, was lost in districts. Yeah. Who got you?
Lincoln Southeast.
Lincoln Southeast got you. Was it district championship game?
No, it was first round. We lost like 2-0, 2-1.
Okay, so it was tough. Right, that's rough. Yeah. Right, that's a rough way to go. Is that something you guys like talk about a lot to try like? I mean,
obviously, like after that game, like it was emotional. Like that sucked. It was a terrible way to go. But like, I think everyone like knows that like that's not how we want to end this year. Like we want to push a little bit.
State
like,
tournament, right? Is the goal. Do we know districts already, or does that all come out later in the year? I don't even know how that works.
So for baseball, it's different for every sport in Nebraska. But baseball, it's like based off of your record, you get like assigned. So.
Okay. So we don't know who is in your district yet. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. We talked about the first game. So like going into that schedule, me not knowing a ton about Westside, my knee-jerk reaction is that prep is your biggest rival. Yeah. Still true in baseball. Sure. So like one question I like to ask the guys is like, what's like another game besides like that first game that you might have circled on like the schedule, right? Is knee-jerk answer prep to that one, or is there somebody else out there?
Midwest. I want them.
Okay, so we're looking forward to Midwest. Now you have a little extra history there, right?
After beating them 9-3 this summer, I know they don't have all their guys, but it felt really well, really good. See a good arm, Caleb Landfear, and be able to put up a 9 spot on
and get them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, do you know when you play them?
I didn't play them the 19th.
Okay, March 19th, right there. Okay. What does prep look like this year? Talking about rivals.
I don't think they have.
They've got some guys, but I don't know what they'll look like. I know they had a lot of good seniors last year. They'll definitely be good this year.
Yeah, I know they got two UNO pitchers.
Okay, 2 guys who are going to UNO. Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, it is always hard. I mean, I know we're pretty dialed in with like, the like PBRs and the rankings that are out there and stuff like that. But sometimes like you don't know until kind of you get into the season, right? Yeah. How everything's going to shake out. That's just kind of the nature of high school baseball, I would say. Everybody's kind of trying to reload year to year.
I know they're going to want us after It was our first time beating them in 7 years this summer.
Stop, really?
Yeah.
So they've kind of owned you guys in baseball lately.
Yeah.
That's fair to say. I'm not like stepping out of bounds.
In the summer, they've gotten us a lot.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
All right.
One question I got for both you guys, I guess, is like, so kind of how your game's been progressing over your entire careers thus far. What are some kind of steps you want to see yourself take forward with like this upcoming year, right? So like, maybe you struggled with one specific thing last year, and this last off season, you're like, this is one thing I'm really, really dialing in and trying to improve on. What are kind of some of those things you guys are trying to work on and improve this upcoming year?
Yeah. I'd say like last year it was like I kind of just got caught with like I was just like happy to be there almost like it was my sophomore year and like it's like once those games get going like you're playing 3-4 a week it's like it's tough to like show up and then like show up for a reason like bring it every day and not just show up to be there. So like I'd say like bringing the focus a little more. It's like you have a 4:30 game against whoever and you're like rolling right out of class, getting there for BP. So you gotta like lock it in, like let's go compete.
For sure. And that's one thing we've talked about too. We talked about this with Kai and Isaiah, and we've had many conversations, within the facility about this is like trying to be present every single day when you have certain things that you have to do, right? And even changing the mindset from having to do stuff to getting to do stuff, right? But like it's so tough to be able to have all the stuff that you guys have on your plate and then be able to be present every single day. That's what really separates the good from the great at any level is being able to, no matter what time of the day, how often, whenever it is, they're able to strap it up and give their best effort, right? And that's really, really important thing to be able to do, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Trey?
Off the field, last year I kind of struggled getting my schoolwork done. I really want to focus on that this upcoming spring when I have that packed scheduling. But on the field, I really just want to work on staying consistent. I was pretty inconsistent last spring, which what hurt me at Midwest, and I was ready for a change. My arm strength, for sure. If I can get my arm strength where it needs to be, I think I can play a big factor this spring.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's definitely, I mean, like, we see you guys in here working quite often and, in multiple different ways, right? I see, you catching stuff in here sometimes. You do a lot of throwing stuff in here, and you do, obviously lifting, sprint work, all that type of stuff in here. You guys have been doing a lot of work to try to prepare for this upcoming year, and I'm pretty excited to see kind of how, it lines up for you guys. So
Yeah, this is the fun part. We always say for us too, because we're in here and we see everything that you guys are doing, and we know that like, PRs on a certain lift or sprint PRs are great, but I always like to say at the end of the day, it's like, what does it look like between the lines, right? So like, yes, this is kind of a culmination of all your hard work and all your effort in here and in the cages or whatever else you've been doing. It's time to go kind of show out. And we probably don't get to as many games as we would like just because we kind of get tied down here. But like hear you guys when you come in talking about the game you played a night or two before, right? And things went well, things didn't go good, whatever the kind of the results might be are like, again, what it's all about at the end of the day, right? Because again, they make you stronger, make you faster, more powerful, but can we go and translate that into our stuff on the field? So this is a really fun time of year for us too, and it's kind of why we wanted to put this thing together, because like it's fun to get to talk to you guys in a little bit more of like official terms, because we don't dive into all this stuff every time we see you, but it's cool to hear some things from your perspective, and it just kind of is a way to get everybody excited about what we're about to undertake, right? Yeah. Okay. Any other questions for the guys?
Pre-workout or energy drinks?
Neither. I like to kind of just like
Savage.
bring it myself.
You're a
We like
psycho,
it.
man.
We
Good
like
for you,
it.
though.
Energy drink.
Okay.
Last fun question we did this with the other guys. Chipotle or Qdoba?
Chipotle.
That makes three. That makes three.
Dude, I don't understand. Everyone's against me with that. I don't understand it. I think Doba's better. That and the queso.
The queso's better.
The queso and the block are free.
That's the one thing.
But you gotta pay extra.
Listen, it's built in. Qdoba builds that into their pricing. It's already more expensive.
No wonder why it's $16.
And it's lower
for
quality
freaking-
food. Lower quality food at Qdoba, right?
No wonder why it's $16 for a bowl for freaking there. It's stupid.
Qdoba? Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know, Trey. We got to get you out of here.
Yep.
Jack, thanks for hanging around a little bit
Yeah.
so we can get this thing going. Hopefully, the sound works and everyone can hear what we're talking about. Yeah. So, Trey, Jack, we look forward to seeing you guys on the field. That's all we got for today. We'll see you guys soon. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're out. We'll see you next time.
Peace.